Welcome back to Let's Play Death Mark. I was just skipping through it because, after you get the ending, the bad end, it just takes you right back to the start of the game. It's fast forwarding, it's taking forever. And I got to this point where it just asked who we are in relation to Saya. I'm like, well, now we know that he was her brother. So let's see the reaction if we say a relative. Oh, so your older brother. Well, that is pretty much the case. Your eyes do look kind of similar. She seems to know Kujo, so yeah. Kind of neat little kind of post game when you play for a second time, you have that context there. Of course, I'm not playing through this chapter. This is chapter 1. I'm just waiting until you get to the point where you can freaking exit the game. Kind of ridiculous. Visual novels, have it so you can access the save and load at any given time. For some reason, this game, you only get those options when you're just, chilling at the mansion where there's no text, basically, or where you're out investigating. So you gotta skip through loads of text like this, just you could just, exit the game manually, Just press the home button and close the game that way. But I'm stubborn. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Finally. It's a bit weird that, doesn't it? It has a star next to it to show that you played through the whole story, but playing for a second time doesn't change anything if you load from that save file. Wait, where did I save from here? Wait. Oh, I gotta do this again, don't I? Ah, yeah, because you can't save at the start of chapter 6 because there's a long ass cutscene first. So we gotta deal with Mary again. I'll off screen this because it'll take a while. I'll meet you at the start of chapter 6. Trying to get back in the industry. See it? On the screen from here, might as well. Now the previous part, where you got to the epilogue with the bad ends, it mentions you didn't have any success with that. It's kind of left up to the imagination how it goes for the true ending. So then it's just like, okay, Mary, until the day that you find a way to vanquish you for good, till that day, you need to stay asleep, Mary. I don't want to go to bed. Last time I went to bed, I woke up and it was like 50 years later. And now, your feature presentation, Chapter 6. A lot of time passed. And this is going to be a long scene. Which is why I didn't on-screen it, go through the whole thing when I got the good end, because it would have made that part go on for probably the length of a somewhat lengthy movie. One that's near 2 hours almost, but not quite there, like an hour 30 odd minutes probably. Merely chirping of insects gently drift along a breeze that enters the mansion. It's cool enough to sleep for the night again. It's the autumn after all. I stare out the window at the unchanging scenery without really seeing it. Clouds in the distance rumble with thunder. As one cue a chill wind brushes up against the window pane. Rain again, It's raining again as... What was her name? Was her name Miku in Project Zero Fail Frame? In the third game, Project Zero 3 specifically. I don't know why, but that just always stuck with me, that dialogue, which is just like comments. It's raining again. Comment because otherwise it felt like I'm in a dream. It's as if a stranger is to me. Stare at the leaden sky. Even though I'm resting in a chair, I feel like I'm somewhere far away. When I shift eyes, see out of the corner of my eye, the stack of books piled on the desk. Some were pretty difficult to get my hands on. But I don't feel like reading them anymore. I could read all of them and none will give me any type of clue. That's all I've learned after all this time I wasted. The longer I try, the further away it gets. Thing sleeping in the wooden box. I head downstairs to make myself some coffee. There's a sudden knock at the door. That hollow sound doesn't bring back good memories. You signal the arrival of new bark bearers to the mansion. Well, that's in the past now. So the door open. Standing in front of me is...
Konnichiwa.
Oh, Watanabe. As I've stated a few times throughout this Let's Play, Chapter 6, which we're on now, was originally a DLC exclusive for the Japanese release. But when it got an international release, it got, bundled in with the main game. So you don't have to pay extra for it. But you can clearly see from that, because it's after they've done the main game. So they seem to have added a bit more voice acting into this chapter than the other chapters as a result. It's not like consistent every line voice acting or anything, but there's a bit more voice acting from the characters throughout the whole game up to this point, really. Now a good time, mister. Oh, if it isn't, just tell me and I'll leave you alone. I mean, didn't the epilogue already imply she already comes to visit every now and then anyway, so shouldn't he be used to this? Yeah, it's fine. Moe flashed a carefree smile and steps inside with a pep in her step. Just as her presence makes this place feel less gloomy. For a start, I realized that Moe isn't my only visitor. I'm sorry for coming without contacting you. It's like we're at the start of the game again because it's the same cast. Tsukasa, this is rare. Why are you here? It's been a while since we've met up, so we talked about what happened. And obviously the topic came to you. So I told him I visit you a lot and that he should come with me. No big deal, right? It's just getting bored. Of course I don't mind, I was just getting bored. Yeah, I figured as much. You seem the type with time on hands. I haven't seen them both together since the mark. Moe has come by sometimes for interviews and the like for a cult magazine. This is the first time I've seen Tsukasa yesterday since then. I wasn't really concerned over him, but I'm relieved to see that he's alright. As opposed to the bad end where he died. Glad to see her well. Have you gotten a chance to relax? I have, but aren't you busy with entrance exams? You have time to waste doing this. Picks are important. As an adult, you shouldn't stand out. Yeah, you're right. I glance over to see Moe staring at me. What is it? It's just, I'm working hard on my job too. You don't have anything to say? Don't catch a cold with all that hard work. It's only natural to work hard. It is. I mean, that feels like... Well, you see that, like, you're in the West, it's just like, work hard and all that, but... It feels like it's more like, work... at your own level. If you just like put in the bare minimum, it's just like, who gives a shit? It's to get the job done. Whereas in Japanese culture, it's like, no, you gotta freaking get everything done. Work hard. Work to the point of nearly dying of exhaustion. Sometimes. Oh, I know you are. Trust me, I know you are. You've barreled your way in here several times already. That doesn't sound very encouraging. No way am I a match for Tsukasa. He works crazy hard. Especially in the recent mock tests. I felt like I could have almost misread that as monk. He's gonna become a monk, you see? It's only natural. After all, I have a goal. Unlike you do. I've never heard him mention it. Well, maybe I should say I never expected him to say yes, Bill. I mean, we didn't really know him for very long. Only knew him for a chapter. You have something you're trying to accomplish. My parents were lawyers, so I was thinking of entering a juridical profession, but was thinking, huh? Let's change his mind then. Oh, that's a cool dream. Jurassic, so you like dinosaurs too? That's not what he said, you dumbass. Tsukasa's glare is full of contempt. It certainly is. Not Jurassic, juridically, as in working and dealing with the law. I mean, I highly doubt it's in here. You know, dinosaur is surprisingly not in this dictionary. Which really surprised me. I can't remember what the word for dinosaur in Japanese was. I don't think juridical is gonna be in here, because that'd be even more of an odd word to find. Well, you got jury, which is by Shinin. That's a bit of an odd word there. I mean, would dinosaur and juridical in Japanese also kind of sound the same? Wait, no, it was Jurassic, wasn't it? Oh wait, maybe it's one of those words that is, just pronounced as it would be in English, but with, Japanese vowels or whatever to it. Because Jurassic probably pronounce it as Jurassic, wouldn't they? Probably don't have a different word for it. Maybe they do, I don't know. Are you really in high school, Moe? I've never been at a loss for words before. To be honest now, I'm not sure. If possible, I'd like to ask you for your opinion, mister. Is that alright? I don't mind, but I'm kind of surprised. You'd think Tsukasa would ask me for advice. The instant I was wrapped in stuff. I know there are so many incomprehensible things in the world. I'm considering going to the science in order to date them. You know what? Got the regular dictionary too. Let's get that word. It's like this kid, man. He's already got these fancy words, man. He's smart. It's like, oh no, it's such a common word though. I don't think I've ever heard it outside the context of this game. Well, thanks, dictionary. You didn't have the, pronunciation guide for it. To make clear, explain. Elucidate. I don't know, that feels... I mean, this is just me. I mean, maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong, and then it'd prove my point. It just seems like an odd word. That you have, like... It's like, okay, here's how it's pronounced, just in case it's a little confusing. My parents, I feel that it would be difficult to tell them. Ah, I see, that's what's going on. It's a serious predicament. You don't seem like someone who has much in the way of work experience. But what do you think I should do? Well, give it puts him forward first, look at others. It's difficult to say. Everything that happened could have just shaken him up. Might be good to talk it out with his family and think on it before deciding. That's what I tell him. I mean, that does seem like the more reasonable route. You know, talk to his parents about it and see how they feel about his idea of, changing his direction for careers. I see, it's true, I have time. Thank you very much. I feel a bit better now. I have no idea if my advice was really helpful or not, but Tsukasa bows politely. Great, how good? You good now? The future's bright, unlike this old guy here, so don't worry so much. That's not true, I'm sure he also has his rights. They both look at me. Nope, can't picture it. You're gonna be fighting ghosts for the rest of your life. That's what makes him approachable, so he's good to vent to at least. I mean, like I said, he appears in the sequel. He's mentioned a couple of times, and he does appear in the bad ends. I won't spoil the context of it like I said in the previous part. And, the third game looks like it's going to be, Yashiki is a protagonist again, so it's gonna be back to fighting ghosts. It's like we didn't get to see it in the sequel of him fighting ghosts because it was just implied that he was off-screen doing things. He wasn't really involved in the plot of the sequel until the very end, and that's only then with the bad ends. Although he does, it is, well, it's implied that one of the characters is basically there because of Yashiki. I'll just leave it at that. But there definitely are things that only he can do. Honestly, I can't think of any myself. I can make a good pot of coffee, but that's not really what they're talking about. I mean, there's that doll. Tsukasa falls silent. Seems my expression gave me away. Have you not made much progress? Nothing I can share at the moment. I've researched everything I can. Various true identities as elusive as smoke. Still haven't managed to find clues. I wonder if we'll get any further explained in the third game. Because, they could just as easily ignore old Mary and be like, no, we gotta focus on the ghost at hand. Maybe sprinkle in a bit of potential backstory for Mary. Have a little bit of that, but it's mostly focused on different ghosts. So I'm taking a bit of a break right now. Glossing over it, but to be honest, any sort of potential is next. My rest hasn't relaxed me. It's more like a balloon that's lost all its air. If I was risking my life and facing death every day, it might be different, but right now my determination to move forward that I had back then is gone. You need, the constant fear of death to move forward. So, I'm sorry I had no idea. It might be best for you to rest and relax a bit. How about a trip to improve your mood? Might get a good idea. I'm about to reply to that with... There's an old knock at the door. There's an old knock at the door. Who could that be? Could it be? Yes, who is it? Moe calls out playfully like she lives here and skips over to answer the door. Time for an old reunion. He speaks. The brusque voice belongs to the ex-detective Satoru Mashita, who now has his own kind of theme music. I don't think this music was in the main game, so this music's also used in the sequel as well. But this is where it makes its debut to appearance, I suppose. Two lines in a row, voice acting, that's impressive. Mr. Mashita, why are you here? Becomes yes? Moe is clearly excited, but Tsukasa is collected as he does. I'm in your debt for your help back then. Still, I'm surprised I didn't think you'd be able to be here. Ashton gives an annoyed shake of his head. He's like, not these bloody kids again. I'm the one asking why you're here. Damn, we're going in circles now. Don't lie, I think you're happy to see us. You're always hiding your feelings. Oh, but what a huge coincidence. We've got everyone from the Hanahiko case back together. This is totally destiny. Well, we're gonna be encountering all of the other characters. I say that, but one... Well, actually, no. 2 characters won't actually show up in person, but they will. They'll be, you know, there, referenced and stuff. It's totally destiny. I feel conflicted seeing her instant smile. Everyone's happy after such a horrific event, and maybe it'll fade quickly. Everyone, huh? In that case, one person, one being is missing. As he mutters, he glances at a spot in the room. It would be best to change subjects. So why you here? I have something to ask you first. If that answers me with a question like usual. Yashiki, you told that fortune teller about my office. Does he mean Tsukasa? Yes, what? She's not gonna be appearing, but she is, you know, referenced here. Yeah, it might have come up while I was talking to her. Why'd you have to go and do that? Now I'm drowning under investigation requests. Wait, does that mean? Wait, does that mean? Are you a private eye in this fashion? Oh, but in her eye shining. She's not timid, I'll grant you that. Well, I guess you'd be pretty good at that. Oh, if you get an interesting job, bring me along. You master can only blink at her innocence. That's exactly why it's annoying. Still, when I think about it, Master's complaints don't make much sense. How could he be disadvantaged by my sharing his info with that worker who's in random events? He himself said he was drowning under requests. I only told her about your office. What's wrong with that? Getting a job request is good, isn't it? What detective hates too many requests? Well, it would be kind of a pain in the ass, because you can only really focus on so much at any given time. Plus, he only just started, even if he's insane talented, he's not always already overwhelmed. Depends on what the request is about. But what I just got is the worst. Did he just hesitate? Master? Did I fail to hesitate when reading that? Yes, I did. It's your fault that this happens. It's your fault that I accidentally turned the volume up on the headphones like I did in the previous part. But you probably scrapped the audio momentarily in the video. It's your fault that this happens. So Yashiki. Yes. I'm going to have you help me. Help you. Well, wait a minute. What are you talking about? Can't you guess based on the context? I believe he's telling you he wants your help with the detective job. Wow, I can't really picture him working as a private eye, though. Now, if I were to investigate a supernatural phenomenon, that would be... Wait, don't tell me. This worst request ever that you got. We all hold our breath as we stare at Master. Exactly. Spirit might be involved. It's a good opportunity. This is what I heard from the atoll fortune teller. Chapter 6. The Red Riding Hood. That's not the actual... I mean, that's not like a proper translation, apparently. It's... I don't know what the actual... how you give it a proper translation of what the chapter is in Japanese, but it doesn't translate to Little Red Riding Hood. I mean, I should have been paying attention there. Maybe I could have heard Reds mentioned in the title. I wasn't paying attention. Probably does mention the red hoodie though, because that's important. No, this is totally for real, I swear. I think I saw something real bad on that Love Hotel street the other day. What I find strange about this CG here is it just looks like, you know, it's basically just showing, you know, the kind of, you know, red light district kind of looking place here. And you got like 2 random characters. But that guy totally looks like Yashiki. I mean, it'd be kind of weird. Maybe it is. Maybe it's like, okay, now as in my retelling of the story, I'm going to like envision us, you know, standing side by side. in this district. Maybe that's the person next to them is actually. But doesn't he have black hair though? I don't know. It's a bit confusing. Heard about the Red Riding Hood girl. That rumor about people disappearing after entering that love hotel in Gay City. On rainy days, this girl stands by the road like she's trying to get customers. And then goes in the hotel with her and ends up missing. Here's the kicker. Eventually they're found, but their heads are so messed up they can't even remember the names. Some end up dying in the hospital. Others jumping from the trains. Totally forgot when I was walking around at night the last time it rained. And there was a girl in a red raincoat. So I thought I'd shut her up. Well, it's a raincoat, whatever. You get the idea. When I got close to her. Tell me, are you? She suddenly started whispering to me. I got real creeped out, so I bolted. No, I'm seriously glad she didn't follow. Thinking back on it, something was odd. It wasn't raining that hard, but she was the only one who was soaked from head to toe. Later I realized that raincoat was probably soaked with nuts. How spooky. That's all I was served. I'm sorry, but I must say that sounds like a simple ghost story. It does, doesn't it? A rainy shopping district and the red raincoat. How suspicious. I should ignore Tsukasa looking straight at me instead. You know, it would be, if not for the fact that the paranormal is proven to exist at this point here. So, you can't take that too lightly. It's enough to make me concerned. I'll leave the rest to you. Solve yourself. You're coming with me. Why me? I'm bogged down with my other cases. I don't have time to spare. It's your fault that the old lady brought this to me. So you need to take responsibility. Oops. Come on, you can help him out a little. I'll help too. The editorial department might have some info on a case like this. And your investigations needs an assistant, right? I'll be the scrappy-doo. You can learn nothing, Miss Moe. It's not what put you in danger last time. Last time. Those words draw my eyes immediately to a certain response. Now, can you imagine if he still has her sealed in the case and just decides, you know what, I'll just put it on the sofa where she was originally. Just for old times. She's not here anymore, the same thing won't happen. Can't. But somewhere deep in my heart, I'm anxious. Don't work yourself up. It's most likely that it's just a lie. A bunch of it sounds like a newspaper. That's why it's such a pain to have an absurd quest on this point. Master is right. It's highly likely the whole story was made up. If I had to point out anything concerning about it, it's pretty detailed for just a rumor. It's the same kind of impression as the rumors of real spirits. And the interesting thing is, as we learned from the ending, is Mary was... These spirits existed the whole time, but Mary, you know, had influence over them when she got her powers back. So before that, the ghosts were just kind of like lost spirits. Like in the case of Hanayomi, for example, she was a helpful ghost. And then it's like, she still was a helpful ghost even after that, but then she would kill people who would get in contact with her because she got the curse, the mark from Mary to, you know, give out the mark so that more people would die. So you know, the rules of real spirits. But it's better to be safe than sorry. If it does end up true, then we need to act now. Okay, I'll do this. Nope, to say that, we better get ready. Nope, I'm going to. What? No way, that's not fair. I knew she'd complain, but I can't put her in harm's way. Listen, no way. I need you to search for it. I've got no way to research these rumors, but you have access to a lot more than me. Use your position to gather information. I really hate sitting down and watching you do everything. But that's how I can help best, and that's what I'll do this time. If you find anything out there, tell me, okay? Promise. 7. Ashita takes out a notebook, rips out a page, and hands it to me. The address of the hotel. Masquerade. The abandoned. Meet there at 8 tomorrow night. 8 PM. I have to go at a specific time. The client set the time. The old lady said she'd call in ahead, so it's probably as scheduled. I don't have to handle this alone then. Plus, this is just work. I'm sure she has some kind of plan in mind. Well then, I need to get to my other cases. Actually, turns on his heel and vanishes out of the way. But he's just as suddenly back. What's wrong? What you need? Nothing. Just realized it's a little late for kids to be wandering around outside. I should have called out to the other two. Hey, you two. I'll drive you back, so hurry up and get in the car. Oh, is that okay? Then I'll take you up on that. I agree, it's pretty late, it's very troubling. Then, mister, we'll be going. Long scene, isn't it? The rhythmic ticking of the grandfather clock echoes through the hall. How long has it been since this scene began and those three went home? I sit and mull over what Master told me. I have a bad feeling about this. It's perfectly reasonable to believe it's just rumors, a normal case even. But the more I think about it, the more I'm doubting it. I get my eyes from the sofa. I suddenly asked its absent master a question. But of course, there's no way she'd reply. What was the question? The next evening. I get ready and leave my room with heavy steps. The clock says it's 6 on the dot. Still early for the meetup time. I guess unconsciously I'm a little impatient. I'm already ready, there's no reason to wait here in the mansion. Guess I'll go. I'll just kill time there if I'm early. Learn the truth in and out, it'll be quick. I turn the car key, my mood improves somewhat. New info, that is. I thought he was just like, oh yeah, and then he's just gonna drive off. That scene just continues without any break in between. So this chapter is different as well. You can't pick a partner. Right? You will be teaming up with a number of, the cast, but it's very linear. You don't get to pick which character you accompany with or anything. It's interesting that it's all changed now. It's like, but these ones, for whatever reason, it still says. I mean, I wonder if that's a glitch that they never fixed or something. One day, as summer comes to an end, Moe and Tsukasa suddenly come to visit. As we're catching up, another former mark bearer appears. It's Mashita. To our surprise, can even settle in. He starts telling us about our requests that the fortune teller Tawako Yasuoka brought to him. It's a ghost story that takes place on the hotel street in K-City. A young girl wearing a red raincoat appears on many days, and anyone who enters the hotel with her ends up missing. Even worse, they're later discovered to have gone insane and tragically end in their lives. There's dark rumors swirling around K-City. Ashton makes me investigate the rumors because he's pissed. I told you I have to work up at his office. Her gets excited about the occult, but I can't get her involved again, so I ask her to gather her info for me while I visit the hotel in question. Masquerade alone. Ashton thinks the whole mess is bull, but for some reason, I'm uneasy. Maybe it's just my imagination. We got no items. So let's save, that'll do for this part in this record session. We'll get to the investigating in the next part. So, see you next time, viewers. See you next time.